And I guess I got to take this page more seriously because I can't retrieve my other page. And I'm very iffy on here because y- y'all some cruel people. I see how y'all talk and dog other people out, but I'm gonna try this. Um, it's healing time. It's healing time. All that pretending we don't know how we got here. When you let those people campaign on racism, they gave you a false sense of that way of life was coming back and it was dead for a reason. It didn't work. It was a pseudo lie. And now we're living in reality. You got to be about it. They've been doing this to you the whole time. Telling you one thing but doing another. And now they blaming it on you. What does that sound like? All those people who led people into it, where are they? It's healing time. That's all it is to it. And it look horrible. It's painful. And some of y'all, listen to me. Remember when they were going through what they were going through, the children of Israel, and God kept telling the Pharaoh, let my people go. And it was so easy this time. Leave Black America alone and pay attention to you're in danger. Y'all keep fascism, this, that, and look at the people making excuses for it. So it don't matter what happened. They're going to lie. And what I tell you about a liar, they come to kill, steal, and destroy. It's in your face now. There's no more pretending. The truth of the matter is, do you want to be whole? Do you want to be healed? Do you want your children to grow up with that kind of hate in their heart? And there's nothing this world could do. Black America, like I said, I've been on this journey a long time. And for a lot of y'all, it's shocking. But to me, I told our elders when I was 14, what is we waiting on? This time, it's done in the open. Every lie we were told, the modern day racists said, no, we did that. We hate you. They showed us, yeah, we use this system to hold you up. We put y'all there. Hmm. So that means our past sacrifice us. Bless miracles and breakthroughs. This is the receipts. That's why, as a Black American, we have to understand rest. Did you read the title, baby? Healing. We got to rest. Resting. Resting. That means do what you need to do for you and your family, for what you need to be. I can't tell you what to do. What I need to do is stay in sound mind, power, and love, and understand that every action I make has a reaction. No matter what I want, peace and love and joy for the masses, there is evil all around. No matter how much I want freedom for all, there are some who are just comfortable slaves. It is people that will spend, look how much energy and time has been spent to antagonize, to lie. And then evil came right in and said, yep, we were doing it. Yep, that's what we wrote it for. Yep, we know it's a pseudo lie, but it's working on other people. The evidence is here. It's time to heal. And the healing starts from the inside. You got to look in the mirror and deem yourself valuable first. Because the key is, if you don't think you're priceless, you won't look at anything else priceless. My humanity is the greatest thing to me, because without it, I wouldn't be here. Without it, I wouldn't be my mother and father's merge in reality. Without this vessel. So I must keep it clean. I must keep a sound mind. Can't let everybody tell me anything. Can't let everybody make me feel any kind of way. That means I can't be easily offended. But I must protect it. I know that I wasn't raised to be talked to any kind of way, so I'm not going to sit around just to have some friends because they different and say it's okay to talk to me. I got to do that. If another person, like a lot of people on here, I'm not moved because you don't know me. And most of the time I can tell by the questions and the negativity or whatever you say, your perception of you, who you are, or people that would look black, would be a woman or from Mississippi. You understand? So it don't bother me because I'm speaking to the spirit. The spirit of man wants to be whole. If you're not in your humanity, God divinity cannot work with you, baby. All that paying this, that, going run into those were goats, and those were Sadducees and Pharisees. Those people were not trying to teach you to connect with the divinity within yourself. Teachers teach. They teach. Pastors give the word. The prophets speak what's to come. The seers see and get you prepared. But it's up to you to receive. It's up to you to discern. Discernment is a real thing. Is this of God? Is it not? And if you want to try it as God, try it. Patience, long suffering. How long it done been with you? Do it produce something when it with you? Is what it say come to place? You have to do this. You have to take that spirit inside this human body and work as a well-oiled machine. This is your engine. This is how God talks to you, through your consciousness. That's why so many, baby, they don't want to wake up. They don't. Do you think that a person that held their whole pride system on a farce want to wake up to realize what I was doing wasn't really true? Do you think they're going to admit that what they have done have murdered masses? No. And Black America's not expecting nothing. We tried to tell y'all this. Our women, and I'm guilty because I was crying. I was like, God, why do you let them tell them? Tell us. Yes, we know, but let them cover us. I used to be so upset with some black women, and God said, I set the nurturers out because everybody ain't got black women to cover them like you. I was angry. Why do our black women always be trying to take care of them? They don't care nothing about us. And God had to convict me and say, baby, you black, you got that. They don't. And I watched them. Yo, they read their Project 2025. They took it apart and took it to pieces. What they really wanted to say, babies, we don't want y'all to hurt because we can't help y'all. Y'all got to get up on y'all feet. You got to read, write, and arithmetic and understand what's between the lines, but y'all didn't understand it. Y'all were so steeped in the spirit of racism. It had overtaken you. You didn't care how people felt and what they thought. You even looked at your own bank account. You looked in your own life and said to yourself, it'll happen to them. Not understanding, we've been in it. We've been in it. I used to watch them teach their children the civil law and the county law and the state law. I used to watch. I was a part of. My mother used to beat my ass. She didn't know she was abusing me. She knew I was black. I was Southern, and I had this smart wife, and they would kill me. But she didn't know God birthed me for this season. And my empathy goes out. That's why I talk to the Ray outlet. They don't care if their lack of knowledge is killing people. When I started on this journey, that's why it's ironic that when I lost my phone, I can't grab the spaces back, and God said, "You got one." I didn't really like, I see all y'all. I respect and I love all y'all. But this is a moral issue. This is about the heart and soul of man. It has grown cold. And all they have to draw back to is dangerous things. All they have to pick from is pseudo lies that they've been indoctrinated and gave degrees. And they'll fight to the finish. To die. I've seen it. We're watching it in real time. Yeah, excuse me. This is in real time. This is not in your imagination. Back then, this, that. This is every day. And yesterday was a Rodney King moment. That they will kill you on national TV and lie on you. The federal government bombed black American citizens on American soil, babies. Y'all don't need our help. You must stand up to your abuser. God said that we can't, black America we have to. Look how long we fought for everybody else. And look how long our children made it on their own. They deserve us now. They deserve us to have soft places to fall. They deserve us to blow them up. They deserve for us to tell them, baby, you better than sliced bread. They deserve to see us at rest and at peace, not always fighting. And we've been waiting to show them. Lax raccoons and something like, you thought we were missing something. You thought because we love family and we serve and worship that we were missing out on the month. No, we were not. They didn't know what they were going into. They don't even know. They got to go 500 years back to discover who they really are. And it's going to hurt them. Because the ones they knew everything that they thought they were, they're not. And everything that they could be, they have to go through the people that they used and abused. Us. We're not kumbaya people. I want y'all to go back and read. When they came into the land, they labeled us as weak because we were giving and we were loving. They said we were foolish. They the Bible, the translated Geneva Bible, go read what it say. They manifest destiny for them to come to, but they didn't tell us that. They wrote a treaty and shook a hand and killed them. This the same spirit, darling. But the curse was broken when he repented and said everything that our forefathers fought for meant nothing. Black America was so happy because no, that soul tied to them, the reason why we gave them grace. We would never shame nobody. But now they have to choose. Raccoon, something like blackness is a being. We had to survive. When y'all samboed and tap danced and went up there and shook hands with them, we had to survive, you and them. When back in the slave block days, baby, everybody had one. They had, but we always stayed free in the. And when we got free in the mind, they start taking a pen, knowing we would be honorable, knowing we would be dignified, because we don't disobey laws and rules. We know what they did. It's God, baby. I'm 53. I've been going through this since I was 14. I'm the first of the free generation. Like these young kids, I had that zeal, baby. What we waiting on them for? And I forgot I had to wait my turn. See, don't never let the devil fool y'all. It seemed, and think about it. One day is 1,000 years in God's eyes. We just a vapor. And even though it hurt me to see them allow it, but I was able to go in the trenches they was talking about. That's why they hate. Listen to me. When I got here and God got my feet on the ground, because I've been all over the United States. My next trip was to Egypt. Didn't know why, but it came to me. But I got here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, October 1st, 1997. Baby, I had that zeal. It had came back. But God said, pay the price of attention. He set me in a position to where they assumed I was the lesser. By the time they found out who I was here 5 years. I watched my three grandmothers, my two grandmothers, my step-up grandmother put in the ground, who raised me, who anointed me, who told me one day, you going to do this, this, this. I was like, no, I'm going to wake me up. But when God said go, I came. And it's been a kingdom journey ever since. They did exactly what he said. They wanted me dead. They did exactly what they did to Emmanuel. Exactly. But the difference between me and Emmanuel, I'm on the other side of Calvary, baby. I wasn't gonna let him play me. That's what he told us, that we gotta carry our sword and sell that dress, all that fancy stuff. I sold mine for a sword 3 times. I've been in this house 10 years. God said if they don't come on the porch. I called out to lawyers, this, that. You know them alphabet names. They would never come to the porch, and they know me. They in my family, and they know. Nothing would happen. But this last run, God said, on the third day, I got a sponsor. This young man got, the prison stories, said God called him. I'm here. Especially no 5'2", 86 pound, big mouth, big teeth, think she pretty. Oh, they didn't want that. God had even put me in position. All they had to do was receive. They put me out on the street. hmm I had a house though. That's when they found out, baby, a cat gonna land on their feet. Yeah. That's why I give y'all these testimonies in truth and spirit and purity. It was because I love myself. Believe in the assignment God was giving me. And the only thing he told me, speak to the spirit of man is broken and stand in the gap for the free generation. Just that softly, so I thought it was simple. And then everybody said they was pastors, they want to be this. I'm thinking, fine. I'm just supposed to build it to give it to them. Nah. I ended up flat broke with nothing. And I've never been happier. hmm Never been happier. Because I started to see only what I do for God matters. The attacks, they hurt my feelings because I can't put my hands on them. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Only reason it hurt my feelings because I can't put my hands on them. But once I learned, God say, give them a God bless you. And guess who taught me that? Tabitha Brown. She don't know me from Adam. But y'all remember that when Wendy Williams talked about her, she said, I don't want to hear that. She said, God bless you. And that woman's life fell apart. She's just getting me back together. See, it's people of God that taught me what to do. I'm going to tell you this story. The prophet in 91 She had came to me, y'all. This is I wasn't in God like that. I really was angry with the church. I was church hurt. And she came to tell me what thus says the Lord, and I cussed this woman out like a dog. When I tell y'all, and she just sit there just as sweet, smiling. She said, baby, say, but I'm gonna tell you what thus says the Lord. That was my first encounter. Everybody in there. That was my first encounter with a real woman of God. And I was bopping in, baby. I had that worldly Christianity. Thank you, baby, for giving me that word. That worldly Christianity. I was going to church, putting a couple of dollars in the collection plate. Yeah, as long as the preacher didn't see me. And y'all, when I got here, everybody I was under got shown up. I was in Georgia and Texas. Everything that woman told me in 91 came to pass. Just like missed. And when I got here, I took 3 years of repentance, saying I'm sorry, calling back to my friends, because I could have had them in some trouble. I was young and dumb and just out there. People were allowing me. And the people that were around me didn't understand I was broken. Because I had a crib and some food. Y'all know being young, that safe place. And then when I started working in God, baby, that world, that same world that told me I was going to be something, said I wasn't going to never be nothing. Not the people, but that world system. That same job that said that I always be there for me was franchised out. And when I looked in the young lady face here, she dead and gone, God bless her soul. And I told her, I said, back then I was making 10,000 an hour. When I said I don't want to work for less than 10, she looked at me and said, you in Mississippi, baby. You ain't gonna make $10. I said, well, I quit it. I said, no, I said I'll start me a company. A year later, she helped me do my roles for my management company. And now I'm an entertainment placement company. First of my kind, only one of my kind. I make the rules. Me and Uncle Sam got a deal going on. When people don't want to help me contribute and pay, I don't have to pay taxes. And I'm poor. See, listen to me, babies. I said all this to say the world system that's happening because it's supposed to. Come to your humanity. You hear me? Then seek in divinity. However you got to do it, I don't knock nobody, because I had to go through Emmanuel because I was born on the kitchen floor and they used to pick on my mama. So he the one that adhered to me. But I did read the other prophets. I researched Muslim because I was looking into why can't everybody sit at the table? If we all believe, we just believe in different ways. Shouldn't our center be there's something greater than ourselves? And I found out religious orders don't do that. It's divide and conquer. But I made them get together to come against me. hmm Baby, when the drug dealer and the preacher get together to find out about you, you know you done defeated the kingdom of evil that set themselves at play. And now we ain't got nothing. Baby, go look at, y'all can look at the receipts yourself, and they did that. The only thing I did was ask. When I broke my mind, I was trying to keep hid that I had a mental illness. It finally broke because I was going to murder 3 people because they was talking about me in my house. I don't, no, nobody does that to me. This place overstepped boundaries that I've been all over the United States, they would have never did. Because they were in vessels, in-laws, family, and friends. I didn't even get it. I didn't think of them as that because they were not in those jobs. They weren't doing that. I think of them as vessels. And they were, and it was testing me. I passed. Because on that third day, the third of this month, it was anointing in that building. And God said, you're going to have everything you're going to have. And look at the reaping of the enemy. We don't have to do anything, darling. Rest. Every black American doing nothing atones to your ancestors for all the work they did for you. They worked, they worked, they worked till they died. They had no choice. They knew that working would keep them free of that system because that's what that system wanted from them. They labored. That's how much they covered us. That's why when they bought land, they knew they didn't have to buy it. They knew it was theirs. But rather fight backwards, they would rather us to receive forward. See, Black Americans, we have no choice but to be. We were taken into God's bosom to do a work for Him. And it's never been a color thing for us, but it's a color thing for them. And it started with a pen, they have to end with a pen. It started with them, it have to end with them. And I know it looks strange because it's like two different things happening at the same time. That's the infinity of God. Two things could be true at the same time. Yeah. And sometimes it's going to make you cry. Let it flow. Let it flow. Because when you're crying, that means the angels are cleansing your heart. When you see what, because I had to atone. I'm American. I'm a Mississippian. About us, it gonna shock the shit out y'all. But I had to atone every race in my bloodline to ensure my kids would never see that curse again. And my kids are eclectic. Different to listen different kinds of music, different kind of places. They used to call my kids strange. But because of my kids' freedom, their children are free. Mind, body, and soul. They got a new currency, it's intellect. They're kings or queens. So they can't be kissed with a Judas kiss. And they think individually to work together as a collective. That's why the phrase that we have, Americans, that's not our business. We cleaning our house. All of that chaos they causing. Look at the voting. We 2 steps away from the shore. Midterms and a federal election. We even got a master plan if he played. World, the only advice I can give y'all, don't allow it. The only reason we're in this position because the Klan won checked. So they thought we can do it again. They just didn't do it right. If we do it this way. But they didn't understand it's a pseudo lie. And it's the same plan with different words. Spells don't work no more. And if you write them and you cast a lie, it gonna come back on you. That's all you're seeing is the reaping of the white world system. We can't do anything for them if they don't stand up and do nothing for themselves. The world is waiting on us. And Black America, we are the priestly generation. All of us. From the day they put us on that slave block and then turned it into Wall Street, our bodies were the first comers. And we work for the commodity. It all has to go back to the beginning. And they know it. And in 2000, this could have been done the right way in peace and unity. And we would have been in front of the world like the greatest country in the world. But their skirt was up and their pants was down. And they allowed it. See, they can't fool me. Those same old people that benefited so long thought they had a second chance. I'm going to give you this advice, and if you don't take it, ain't me. If you're ever doing evil and see yourself rising, that's because God is going to cut on the light. And when he do, no man can cut it off. Y'all live and be in love. Stay in truth. Start in you. My truth hurt me so bad that when I see her and others, I love on them harder. And sometimes love is keeping your mouth closed and minding your business. Not trying to get in other people's karma or reaping, however you want to say it. Big Mama and Big Papa told us, be still, we'll know the time. Believe them. And one thing I know about Black, you beautiful, honey. You've been too strong. You endured so much. Get them hands and feet done. Get that mental health. Young men, protect us, provide and nurture for us. We need you to, not because we damsels in distress, baby, because that's what you do. You make us stronger. See, we had it right the whole time. They was just trying to prove us wrong. Y'all enjoy your day. It's Throwdown Thursday. Throw down on it now.